All right, gotta get another last minute guy in here. Very interesting, deep cut, sleeper, overlooked, under the radar running back in this class. Now, it's a deep class, so there's going to be a lot of dudes that are worth a look, but the room's really crowded. However, this guy's definitely worth considering. Very interesting, unique running back. Sone Ntoh from Monmouth. Sone Ntoh is just under 6 foot, but is around 235 to 240 pounds as playing weight. And he has established himself as a formidable power back with a nose for the end zone. Now, after transferring from Harvard, for where he played there for 3 seasons, he graduated in 2023, transferred to Monmouth for the last couple years, where in his first season he tied the CAA lead with 14 rushing touchdowns and earned second team All-CAA and fourth team FCS All-America. Now in 2024, Ntoh continued his impressive performance, recording just under 500 yards, but put the ball in the end zone 25 times on 109 carries. So roughly 4.5 yards per carry. He had touchdowns in 21 of 23 career games, ranking him second in program history with a career 39 rushing scores. So if you need to get the ball in a certain spot, this guy can do it. And he's an athlete too. He did put up 4.5 yard 40 with an exceptional 10-yard split around 151. Straight ahead, this guy's bruising. And his 20-yard, so ability to accelerate. He's not just a 10-yard guy. He's got good 22, 2.57 seconds. That's 91st percentile. Real burst off the line, which is incredibly important for those gap run schemes. And quick cut counters. Beyond explosive. Ready? His vert, 38.5. Broad, 10-1. He's got monstrous power in his lower body, which you can see on film. Not only is he quick, he's got the burst, plows through contact, and has the ability to drive through defender and carry half the defense an extra few yards. He's got size, he's got strength. I mean, he benched 19 reps, so this guy fits the prototype of a downhill, between the tackles banger who can just finish runs and grind out tough yardage. Now, admittedly, that 4.5, he did around 220-something pounds, so he obviously dropped a decent amount of weight for his testing. So maybe not a 4.5 if he wants to put the weight back on. Either way, this is the type of guy who hits the red zone, and he has that goal line efficiency, which is incredibly uncommon in today's college football. But these things are often predictive for early NFL utility and success. I would see him as that ideal running back 2/running back 3 on the depth chart for short yardage specialists. That's fine, and can potentially mold into a kind of a Zach Moss type of running back. Now for risks, agility. He's not very agile. At least I'll say, how about this? Doesn't actually have a lot of lateral fluidity. His shuttle is 4.6 and his 3-cone 7.31. So kind of looking at some tight hips and a limited change of direction skill, which honestly I do see on the tape. He isn't the most dynamic running back, but good luck trying to overpower him straight up for a handful of yards every time he gets the ball in his hands. He does have production. Now the other thing I would say, he's an older back. Now, although he doesn't have a lot of miles, he is a physical runner with lots of contact, so perhaps there is some concerns about his career length. But I haven't seen any signs of him slowing down and no big red flags in terms of injuries. So would the Patriots actually want to use him? I mean, now historically I would say Josh McDaniels is probably going to look for, players that have really good pass pro IQ and have some receiving value, which Sone, I think, has a little bit of both, but they're definitely not his highlights. But that being said, how about LeGarrette Blount? And you can even put in Ramondre Stevenson in that category too, of guys who set physical tones. Now, Ntoh could serve as a cost-effective hammer for short yardage scenarios, special teams, red zone touches, especially if he's paired with like a Gibson or like a receiving back. He did work some 2-back sets at Harvard with him out front doing some lead blocking. So maybe there's some sort of like fullback type of usage there. Definitely could be an option for pony personnel. Regardless, I think there's something there for Sone at the next level, which is going to make the opposing defensive coordinator spend some extra time preparing for him. Yes, he does have limited agility, probably not make him a third down option early in his career, but his elite short area burst, strong contact balance, and touchdown efficiency suggest he can contribute on early downs and in goal-to-go packages right away. Plus, he played at Harvard, so obviously a smart kid, but we also know he's used to playing in the Northeast, which I believe is something to consider for ball carriers. Used to being hit in the cold, used to carrying the ball in the cold. Those things matter. So Sone could be a classic power back with surprising top-end speed and obviously that rare touchdown consistency. He won't be the flashiest name on the Patriots draft board, but I vote bringing this guy in to be a reliable finisher and a physical tone setter in a very deep running back class. He could be a priority UDFA with early rotation potential and definitely has the prospects to be a fan favorite. However, I have a feeling the Eagles or the Giants are going to end up grabbing him. But definitely a guy that you can call UDFA. Maybe he makes it through to the practice squad, elevations for the first year, and then maybe earns himself a spot on the 53 during the season. Definitely worth considering. Anyway, what do you guys think of Sone? Do you think the Patriots should go after him? If so, when? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.